Hello everyone, my name is Alexandra Frost and I'm a Customer Experience Manager at Granite Advance. Thank you for joining me for today's webinar called Refinance Your Loans, Redefine Your Future. Let's get started. Granite Advance, formerly the New Hampshire Higher Education Assistance Foundation or the NEAF Network, has been helping New Hampshire families plan and pay for higher education for over 60 years. We have also expanded our loan product offerings nationally through our Invest in You Refinance loan product so students and families from all 50 states can work with our nonprofit organization. Today, we'll cover how to prepare for a refinance loan application and pre-qualification, walk through the application process and required documents, explain what to expect regarding approvals, denials, and disbursement, and conclude with an overview of the support we offer throughout the process. This presentation is intended to be a high-level overview, and we understand that everyone has unique circumstances, and we're prepared to help you navigate that. So you're thinking about applying, and that's great, but before you hit the Get Started button, there are a few things you'll want to keep in mind. Let's walk through what to do before you apply so you can approach the process with confidence and clarity. The Department of Education offers a direct consolidation loan. This would combine all of your federal student loans into one loan with a fixed interest rate. The interest rate would be a weighted average of the interest rates of the loans being included. Private student loans cannot be combined in the direct consolidation loan. Refinancing is typically through a private lender or bank and can include either federal loans and private student loans or both. It's similar in the sense that it would combine multiple loans into one loan, but the interest rate would be determined based on credit or other factors the lender utilizes, like income or debt-to-income ratio. You may also be able to configure the loan based on the terms you select, such as length of repayment or other incentives the lender may offer. The Invest in You Refinance loan can include federal and private student loans or both. All loans included in the refinance must be in the primary borrower's name. We're unable to refinance loans in someone else's name, like students refinancing Parent Plus loans or cosigners attempting to refinance a debt into their name. Lines of credit and student loans in collections or default would not be eligible. We want to caution you, including federal student loans in a student loan refinance has its pros and cons. We want you to be thoughtful about what you may need from your student loans throughout the rest of your repayment term. Including federal loans in a refinance would result in the loss of benefits on current federal student loans, like income-driven repayment, discharge or loan forgiveness options, and additional types of deferment and forbearance. If lowering your interest rate or monthly payment is what matters most, it may be a good idea to include them. However, if any of the federal loan options are important, it may be worth looking into direct consolidation loan. Speak with your federal loan servicer to explore. Refinancing is a great way to customize more affordable loan terms. You can accomplish this by reducing your interest rate and extending your loan term to give yourself a lower monthly payment. However, if you forfeit the terms of your previous loan, you may lose any previous benefits or repayment options. Also, if you extend your loan term, you will pay more over the life of the loan. Refinancing isn't for everyone. Once a loan is refinanced, you're unable to return to the previous terms or conditions. It's important to consider your options before finalizing the process. The first step of our application process uses the Check Your Rate tool, which provides preliminary interest rates before you complete the full refinance loan application. This feature allows you to enter some basic information to check your initial eligibility and view estimated rates based on a soft credit inquiry. Preliminary interest rates are only shown to applicants who meet our credit eligibility criteria. If we're unable to assess your credit profile due to a credit freeze, for example, rates will not be displayed. Not seeing a rate does not mean that you've been denied. It simply means we couldn't provide a preliminary estimate. To receive a formal credit decision or submit documentation, you would need to complete the full application process. A soft credit inquiry is a type of credit check that does not affect your credit score. We use a soft credit inquiry as part of our Check Your Rate tool to provide preliminary interest rates during the initial stage of the application. A hard credit inquiry, on the other hand, is a more in-depth credit check we use to evaluate your creditworthiness as part of the formal lending decision. This type of inquiry can lower your credit score, and we perform a hard credit inquiry when your full application is submitted to determine final eligibility. To be eligible for refinancing, you may need a cosigner to meet credit, income, and debt-to-income ratio requirements you do not yet qualify for on your own. Utilizing a cosigner's credit history can help secure a lower interest rate, which would help reduce the total cost of the loan. Co-signing is a commitment, as co-signers share equal responsibility for loan repayment, and the loan is reported on their credit history. However, a co-signer may be released from the loan after a set number of on-time payments, provided the student borrower meets the necessary credit and income criteria independently. Before you begin the refinance application, it's helpful to understand what the process looks like. We've simplified each step to make sure you know exactly what to expect along the way. So let's take a look. Granite Advance engages other industry experts to provide a seamless application experience. Sparrow hosts our online application platform and is available to assist applicants with any technical issues that may arise during the application process. Campus Door serves as our loan originator. We use their system to manage the remaining steps of the application, including processing documents on our behalf. Applicants can apply online by visiting www.investinU.com/refi. Borrowers and families are also welcome to schedule a free loan consultation at our Concord, New Hampshire office to meet with a loan support representative or schedule a free phone consultation. During your in-person or virtual visit, we'll answer any questions and guide you through the application process. If you prefer to apply by phone, we can assist with that too. Our team is happy to help you complete the application over the phone. Free in-person or phone consultations can be booked directly through our website and must be scheduled in advance. Whichever way you decide to apply, we're here to support you. Both the borrower and cosigner will need to provide information as part of the application process. This is a breakdown of the required details to submit the application for both applicants. This will include full legal name, date of birth, social security number, physical address, which must match the address on their state-issued ID, and P.O. boxes are not accepted, phone number, email address, and one personal contact reference. References cannot be the same for both borrower and cosigner, and references cannot reside with the borrower, the cosigner, or each other. Additional information will be needed that is specific to each applicant. The borrower will need to provide the name of the servicer, the current loan amount, and the account number for each loan being included in the refinance application. This enables us to successfully pay off the loan at the completion of the application process. And the cosigner will need to provide their employer's name, employer's address, income information, which is all utilized to validate the income requirements to give final approval. Housing payment information would be required for each applicant, and this is utilized to calculate debt-to-income ratio, which is an eligibility requirement. If there is no cosigner, this would be calculated for the borrower, but if a cosigner is attached, we would look at the cosigner's information for approval. To ensure proper consent and participation, only the borrower and the cosigner should complete their respective portions of the application. Each applicant will be required to enter their own information and review and consent to the necessary disclosures. Once the full application is submitted, a hard credit inquiry will be performed, and a decision is typically returned within 60 to 90 seconds. Following the credit decision, applicants will be prompted to create their online accounts in the Campus Door system. From there, they can review any applicable adverse action notice in the event of a denial, or upload requested documentation if additional information is needed. Documentation will be needed from both the borrower and cosigner, and these can vary between applicants. Payoff verification is a document that allows us to determine how much we need to disperse to pay off the loan you're looking to refinance. This is typically a billing statement that shows your name, servicer name, principal balance, unpaid or accrued interest balance, and an interest rate to allow us to calculate out a payoff. Some lenders or servicers provide calculators where you can calculate a payoff, and we accept a 30-day payoff for each loan being included. Proof of primary borrower is only required for loans that show as co-signed on the credit report. This is a document such as original loan document or disclosure showing the primary borrower's name as the primary borrower on the underlying loans. Identity documents may not be needed from every applicant and will generate on a checklist if they are being requested. Proof of income will be required from the borrower if they are applying on their own, or the cosigner if there is one. For salaried or hourly employees, we'd request a recent pay stub or letter from the employer dated within the last 30 days. For self-employed individuals, they can provide a copy of their complete federal income tax return, and retired individuals can send in copies of 1099s or a benefit award letter with a bank statement showing a pension or Social Security income. There may be additional income scenarios that require alternative documentation, and we're happy to assist applicants on a case-by-case basis to ensure proper identity and income verification. You made it through the application. Great job. Now let's talk about what happens next so you know exactly how to move forward and what to expect your next updates. For approved applications, both the borrower and cosigner will be required to choose a loan term of 5, 10, 15, or 20 years. After that, they will need to electronically sign the loan documents to finalize the loan. Both applicants must provide their signatures to complete the process. For denied applications, an adverse action notice will be provided. An adverse action notice is a letter outlining the reasons for denial and the credit information used in the decision. If you believe there may be an error on your credit report that contributed to a denial, you will need to contact the credit bureau directly to request a correction. The adverse action notice will have the information needed to contact the credit bureau for this purpose. If any credit reporting issues have been resolved, please notify us before submitting a new application. We send the funds directly to each of your current loan servicers based on their requested method of payment, which could be an ACH or EFT, which are both electronic, or paper check. We do not disperse funds directly to a borrower or cosigner and cannot make exceptions to this. Once disbursements occur, you won't see any action right away. It can take 14 to 21 business days for your loan servicer to receive, process, and apply these funds to your account. We recommend continuing to make any scheduled payments until the funds have been applied to your account. There will likely be an overpayment, and your loan servicer will either refund you directly or send the funds back to us to be applied back to your refinance loan. If you can't afford to make your payment, please contact your loan servicer to discuss possible options. Payment will begin 30 to 45 days from the date of disbursement. You'll receive a welcome letter from your loan servicer with important information to prepare you for making your first payment. It's important to create your online account so you can monitor your loan balance and payments. Signing up for automatic debit transactions ensures you never miss a payment and typically comes with an interest rate incentive to save you money. If you have trouble making your payment or need to postpone, please contact your loan servicer to discuss the available options and make arrangements. They are willing and able to assist you throughout the repayment of your loan. We know questions can come up even after today's session, and that's what we're here for. Let's take a look at the support and resources available to help you whenever you need a hand. Our loan support team is here to assist you with your application every step of the way. We offer extended phone hours throughout the week, assistance through email, and offer a web chat feature for general inquiries. Through superior customer service, our team can answer your questions and guide you through the loan refinancing process in the format that best suits you. For more information or to start an application, please visit www.investinU.com/refi. Thank you for joining me for today's webinar. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to us at 855-887-5430 or by email at loansupport@graniteadvance.org. Thank you.